this is going to be used only for educational purposes. Okay, so let's continue. Now, let's start talking about like things that concerns about online teaching. So I would like you to tell me like a little bit about yourself, if you have some experience teaching online. What are two things you consider that are important to teach online? And then you give me like a short reason, like the why you consider these things are important. So, well, the procedure is that you are going to tell me your name, the semester, you tell me the two things and the reason, and then you are going to select another participant. So I don't know who wants to start. Who would like to start? Here.
Hi, I can start.
Okay, thank you.
So my name is Araceli Beza Juárez. I'm in third semester of Licenciatura en Enseñanza del Inglés. And I consider important when teaching online that we know how to use like our main tools, like in the platform, whatever platform you're using. Another thing, maybe having like a good Wi-Fi connection or something.
Okay, yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, sometimes that is necessary because if we don't have like a reliable internet connection, then we won't be able to work with those platforms that are like web-based. Like we can work with those that are like on the desktop, yeah, that you have downloaded. But then if you want to work online, then it's difficult. For example, to watch a video, to download a document. Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. Thank you. And Teresita, what about you?
Okay, good morning.
Good morning.
My name is Teresita Montserrat Núñez Garcia. I'm on sixth semester of the career, and I don't have like too much experience teaching because I didn't teach. So I think that the two important reasons are that if we are learning how to teach, we can like practice these new techniques online, maybe.
Yes. Okay. Yeah, and actually that is very important that from the pre-service, like even when we start like teaching to be teachers, like we should be exposed to this type of technologies and to develop those skills because you know what happened with the pandemic, then we have to migrate from face to face to online teaching, and sometimes we didn't have like enough skills or we weren't skillful enough to work with those platforms online. So that's a really interesting point what you say, Teresita. So okay, so far we know that it is necessary to know platforms to work online, and also that the internet is something like important, and that we need like a like to develop those skills in our let's say our degree, like what we are studying for being teachers. So let's begin with the first section, so the introduction. So what you are going to do today is or the objective of today's workshop is to promote knowledge through the use of Scratch for developing an EFL task, and also like some like more specific, like to gain understanding and use basic functions of this platform, and also to create an imagined situation by means of Scratch platform. So as you were saying, we have like some ideas now about the skills we need to, or what we need to teach online. But from the teacher perspective, what are those skills you think that are like essential that a teacher needs to develop in order to teach online? What would you say? Araceli or Teresita?
I don't know, maybe well, how to use a computer.
Yeah.
Firsthand.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Yeah, sometimes, and this is important because sometimes we think like, I mean, everyone can use a computer, but you know, there are some teachers that they don't know or they didn't know how to use a computer or to use WhatsApp or to send an email. And it can be like strange, yeah, and someone may say like, that won't happen, but it really happened. Yeah. Okay. So basically, what you were telling me is that in what Teresita was mentioning about like exposing yourself to these techniques while you are starting to become a teacher is important. And then yeah, it is really important. And actually, this comes from literature when it says that in order to teach online, we need to develop some type of knowledge, and this knowledge is known as the technological pedagogical content knowledge. As you can see here on the screen, there is like a representation of the knowledge content. So when we talk about the technological content, is everything that embraces the skills, the platforms, the roles, like everything that is involves the technology. And then the pedagogical knowledge is what you know about education, the approaches, the methods, the methodologies, and like your personal style, like how you teach. And finally, we need the content. And you know, the content is basically what you know about the language. Now, as we are English teachers, then the content in this case will be the language we teach. And this is influenced by like by the context. Yeah. So it's different. For example, the abilities I develop to teach students who comes from low economic resources context. Or for example, if I teach students from high income context. So it is going to vary. So here I want to ask you a question. Like, do you use any platform to find material online or for teaching, or you know, like to do something related to your profession as a teacher? Like any online platform you use? Or for example, at the university for learning?
For here, for my classes, we use Microsoft Teams
Okay, good.
or sometimes Google Meets.
Google Meets. Okay, great. And have you have like any problem working with these applications?
No, I think, well, for us, I think it's really like self-explanatory. We know how to use it, but I have a situation with a teacher that doesn't know how to use it really well.
Okay. You see, that happens. And well, it's something that comes to my mind is when we talk about the digital natives and immigrants, the digital immigrants, like those who were born in the digital era and those who were born before. So it can also explain a little bit what happens there. So yeah, and I don't know, but have you seen that sometimes we have some platforms, and when then we use these platforms, but we only know like the basic functions. For example, when we talk about Zoom, yeah, like how many functions about Zoom do you know? Like apart from entering to the meeting, like to click on the link and enter the meeting. What are other functions you know, that you know about using Zoom?
Well, I know how to share the screen,
Okay,
change the like your background,
okay,
use like the different filters there are.
okay, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I think
Okay,
that's
yeah, no, actually, yes. Like those are of like some functions like that sometimes we don't know that exist, or sometimes we know that that they exist, but we don't know how to use them. Yeah. And this is related to what we call the ICTs. Yeah, like knowledge about the ICTs, like knowledge about the information and the communication technologies. Okay. So as you were saying, we need to learn how to use a computer. We need to learn like the approach behind the technology and the methodology, and also like to learn some functions of the platforms. But the thing here is that how much of that knowledge about ICTs it is actually LKT, and the and this word, this phrase I have here, the learning and knowledge technology, is the use of the technology for educational purposes. Okay, so for example, which activities can I do with my students that involves changing the background, for example, and how can I use changing the background for teaching processes? I can, for example, ask my students to change the background for an image they have to describe. Or for example, they can put an image of a place they are, and they are, you know, like talking about an object or something they are doing in that place. So in that way, that will be the use of the technologies with with the approach of learning and knowledge technology. Okay, so this is pretty much what we are going to do today, what we're going to practice with today. Okay, so far, do you have any questions, any doubt? Would you like to know something else about the ICTs, the LKT? Is that okay?
I think we're good.
Okay, nice. So let's move on to the second section. Now, what we're going to do today is to work in a platform that is called Scratch. Okay, and I'm going to show you in a moment. But before like showing you the platform, I want to talk about this, which is programming language. And why? Well, because the platform we are working today with, it is for programming. Yeah, like when we talk about codes and programming computers and programming platforms and applications and blah blah blah. So that's basically what we're going to do today. But you know, like in a teaching oriented way, like for teaching purposes. So first of all, what is the programming language? It is, well, this is basically how the computers work by instructions. Yeah. And this is a formal language that is comprised by strings. The strings can be a word or it can be a sentence that we're going to see in a moment that produce different kinds of results, which is called the output. So we have an input, which is what we enter to the machine, and the output is the result, like what the machine does, yeah, what you want the machine shows, for example. And also, this is like the way most of the computers, the platforms, and like everything online is composed of. And also it involves two low levels of languages. We have the low level and the high level. Let me start. Okay. And the high level, which is this one in here. Now, what is this? Well, basically, what we're going to do, okay. So then, we have this. I don't know if you have seen that when we see computers, we like in this part, when we have give me a second. And the spotlight, list. It should be this, like this one. When you have the low level, yeah, that you have like a lot of words, strings, sentences, and yeah, kind of complicated. That is the low level of computer, of language. Now we have the high level, which is this. It is more visual, yeah, and it means that it's easier. So this process, this is how we are going to work today, like with the high level of language, yeah. And the process of giving instructions to the machine, like to do some actions, it is called coding, okay? So that's what we're going to call coding. Now let's move on to the next section, and let's start with the activity. Yeah, like I'm being like blah 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 blah, like a lot of information, but now let's put our hands on the activity. So this is the thing. This platform, it has three different four different stages that are important that you know. Okay, so first of all, you have here, which is the stage area. In the stage area, you are going to see the results, okay, like all the results, like what the machine is reproducing. In this part, you are going to find the elements or the objects you are using for the application. And in the center part, you will find the coding area where you are going to put all the instructions. Yep. And in the left part here, and in this part, you can find the blocks that are the codes. You are going to just drag. You are going to place them in the coding area, and then that is the instruction, the object or the the character is going to reproduce. So now we are going to move to the platform. Okay, let me see. I'm going to move to the platform. Just give me a second. I'm going to stop sharing for a moment. And I'm going to show you the. Okay. So do you see my screen where the platform is being shown?
Yes.
Yep. Okay. So,
Yes.
okay, thank you. So what you have here is the platform. Okay. If you see, the platform is in Spanish, but we don't want this in Spanish because we want this to teach English. So what we're going to do is that we're going to change the language for English. As you can see, you can also use this platform for teaching another language, okay? Because it has like, all the languages. And so this is like the front end, the presentation of the platform. As you can see, is very friendly, like user friendly. Yeah, the colors in this part, you will find the things the actions you can perform in this website, on this website. Then we have some other projects that someone like somewhere in the world has created, and then you can also use it for like copying the codes. Okay. And this is and this platform has the web-based platform, and also you can download the application to work offline if that's your purpose. Or for example, if the students have some like assignment to develop. What are the like the main disadvantage of this application is that you can actually download the game or download the story. You need to play it, or you need to run it directly on the platform or on the desktop platform. Yep. So let's begin with this. In order to start creating your projects, well, you start here and you click on create, and you are going to see the like on the first layout, the image I showed you previously in the presentation. It takes like some time to do it. So do you remember that I just told you what are like the four main places in this, or the most four important places in this application? So the first one, remember, that is the stage area. And the stage area is where the result is going to be displayed. Okay. In this part, you have the objects. Now, as you can see here, if you see this here, this is called sprite. Okay, a sprite is the character. And we are going to start doing something with this character. So at this moment, I want you to pay attention to what I'm going to show you, because after that, you are going to help me with an activity. Okay, so be careful with what I'm going to show you now. So the first thing that we're going to do is this, to select a sprite, okay, which is the character. How can I do that? You have this one, which is like the first one that is going to appear once you open a new project. But if you want to change it, you just simply click on this one in this part when it says choose a sprite. And then you have different examples that goes from animals to letters. So animals, people, fantasy, dance, music, sport, food, fashion, and the letters. I'm going to select a different character, okay? So I'm going to select the dog, and I'm going to erase the cat because I don't want the cat, but I want the dog. Okay. So we are going to start creating like a story, like a conversation. And then I want this dog to say something, okay, to show something at some point. So we are going to direct our attention to this part, the left part, which is the blocks, okay? And then you see that you find different like categories here. We have motion, look, sound, events, control, sensing, operators, variables, and my blocks. Okay, we are going to use only few of them. Parentheses. It is important that if you are going to use this with your students, it takes time until they get used to the platform, because they need to learn vocabulary, especially those that are related to instructions. If you see here, for example, we have move, turn, go to, glide, point in direction, point towards. Yeah, and then if we change to the looks, then we have say, think, switch. So students need to be aware of that vocabulary before they start, like producing something at ease. So let's start with, I want this dog to say hello, okay? I want the dog to say hello. And this is the action. And then this is the most important block you need, yeah, to tell the character. Let me, and then the spotlight. Okay. To tell the character, yeah, to do something. So when I click on here, yeah, it says, the instruction says, when the green flag is clicked, then the dog is going to say hello. Okay, let's see if that happens. It says hello. But you see, here there is something that I want to change. For example, I want that the dog says hello, yeah, but at some point the word disappears. So I'm not going to use the block that says say hello. I'm going to use the block that says say hello and the time. Yeah. So I'm going to just remove this one from here. And I'm going to click on here to see if that happens. 2 seconds and disappears. You see? And then I want that this dog keep talking. And then let's say, for example, my name's Roger. Like, what's your? Yeah. And the idea is that after 2 seconds, the dog has to say its name and ask the question. Let's see if that happens. You see, now we have that the dog is greeting and also is introducing itself and asking for the name. Now, this is the thing. I need, this is a conversation, I need another character, yeah? And I need a volunteer to help me out with, with selecting another character, okay? And to do, and to continue with the conversation. So who wants to help me? Araceli or Teresita? Because I'm going to give you the control of the presentation. Araceli or Teresita, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, so I'm going to give you the control, okay? And you are going to help me selecting a new character and to basically do the same, like to continue with the conversation. And don't worry, I'm going to explain you what to do, okay? The only thing is that I want to see if you can move the cursor, if you have the control of the presentation.
Well, I don't know. Yes.
Like, but use your mouse, okay? Move your mouse to see if you can.
Yes, I can.
Okay, so can you select something from here, from my screen? For example, to select a new character. Okay, yeah, great. So you're going to select that character, like anyone, yeah? What we want is that we have a conversation. We want to have a conversation here.
All right. I don't know, penguin.
Okay, a penguin, that's great. Okay, so now what we want this penguin to do is that to say hello, okay, and to reply to the dog's answer. So how would you do that?
I think it was this one.
Yeah.
So, like that.
Okay, yes. Then we need the event. Exactly.
Do I put the first one?
Exactly. When it says when green flag, click, then it's going to that's going to happen. Okay. So let's click on the green flag to see what happens. You see, they are talking. Yep.
Yes.
But they are talking at the same time. You see that the dog says hello, but the penguin says hello at the same time, right?
Yes.
Okay.
So
So what we're going to do at this point is that we are going to let one to talk and the other to wait. Yeah. So move or find the word, the part that says control, the category that says control. And use the block that says wait. Is the first one. Exactly.
do I put it like in the middle?
Exactly. And I'm going to, you are going to put there 2 seconds. Like wait 2 seconds. Okay. 2 seconds. And we're going to. Okay, you see that now it waits like 2 seconds and then replies. But what is the other thing? Is that when the dog says, my name is Roger, the other is saying hello at the same time. And
It gets
yes, yes.
I said it gets overlapped with the
Exactly. So you are going to help me like fixing that. So can you select please the dog? Yes. The dog. And in here, in between hello and my name is Roger, we're going to place another block, a wait block.
all right.
And for 2 seconds. Okay. Now we're going to click on the green flag. You see that now it's like they are taking turns to talk. They are taking
Yes.
turns. Yeah. So that's the way we're going to create like a conversation between 2 characters in the story. Yeah, to say something. Okay. Now, what do you think we need? What else do we need for this story? So probably to add the reply, yeah, to the question, like my name is Roger, what's your, then the penguin should reply to the question, right? So
Yes.
what are we going to do?
Should we place another wait before the reply?
Okay, yes.
And then do we put another say here, but like change it?
Yes. Yeah, it's pretty, you see, it's pretty straightforward. Like sometimes
Yeah.
we get concerned because we say like it's difficult, but then it's just giving instruction. Yeah, it's like when you talk to the machine, it's like that, like do this or play this. If this, then this, like it's very straightforward, as I said. My name is Nick. That's cool. Okay. Okay, let's see what happens. It says hello. My name is Roger. What's your? My name is Nick. Okay, you see, that is like the basic functions of creating a story, a conversation in this platform. But I think that this is that it needs like more color. You see, the background is all white, and we want to have like a background, a context for this conversation. So how are we going to do that? Well, basically, what we're going to do here is to select a background. Okay? And let's say that this conversation is happening in, I don't know, in I don't know, in the castle, like on the, like on the way to the castle. Okay. Okay. And we're going to add some movement. Let's add some movement to this presentation, because they are like stuck there, but they don't move. So I want it to move. And then what we can do here is that we can select motion. Okay. We can select the motion, and we can, I don't know, let's say that this go to this glide to, let's say, to a random position. To, this is the penguin. No, this is the penguin. No, I want is the dog to move to the penguin. So move, glide to the penguin. Okay, let's see what happens. You see what is happening? The dog is moving to
Penguin.
the penguin. Okay. And then I want that as soon as the dog goes to the penguin, I want that the background change. Yeah, I want to have like another background. So what we're going to do is we're going to select this one, which says switch background to castle 2. Okay. They don't, where is the name come from? Like the castle 2. Well, castle 2 is the name of the, sorry, is the name of the background. Okay, it's this one. So we're going to select another one because I want a castle 3. Okay, and I said that as soon as the dog touches the penguin, the castle, the background should change to the castle number 3. Okay, so let's see what is happening now. Okay, eso es algo importante que quiero que miren. Yeah, what is happening there? The code is reproducing. Okay, the code is reproducing. Yeah, but it doesn't come back to the start. Do you remember that in the beginning we had the dog placed in a different place, the penguin placed in a different place, and the background was different? So what we need to do is to restart from the beginning, everything. So we're going to say that the background, as soon as I start again, the background should shift to the castle 2. Okay, and the dog, which is here, and the motion, yeah, and the dog have to come back to no, este no me sirve, to a specific position, and the specific position will be this one. Okay, it says if you take a look to this, you have X and you have Y. Okay, what is that? Do you know what is that? Like, have you seen something similar in your life when you use X and Y?
Yes.
Okay, it's like when you have the Cartesian plane. Okay, cuando es el plano cartesiano. You have the X and the Y. And this is basically what you have here. Where is it? Annotate. Let me just select the spotlight. Okay. This is what you have here. You see, it says X and Y. Entonces, the idea is that you think of this like this. Como pensarlo así. Okay, that you have this the stage area, okay? And then you are going to divide the stage area, okay? And we need the dog to put it here, to be here. What is the positioning here? Can you tell me the numbers that are there displayed in X and Y?
X 153 and Y minus 3 or 4.
This 84. Okay. So
Or
that's the number we're going to put here when it says go to X and Y. Okay, so that would be like minus 53. Okay, and minus 84. Okay, and by now it should work. You see, now it like it is working the way we want. We want this happen. Now these are the basic functions. Okay, you can also use more, like there are some other functionalities you can use with your students. For example, you don't want them to only write the story, but you want them to speak. Okay, so you can select another plugin, which is this one, which is text to speech. And this one, text to speech, it's basically, give me a second, is to change what the character is going to say. For example, vamos a copiar. We're going to copy this one that says, my name is Roger. Oh, it freezes up. Okay, my name is Roger. We copy and we paste. Just erase this. And we're going to remove, let's leave it to see what happened. A minute. It says,
my name's Roger. What's yours?
so you see kind of that you can work with this. You can also remove this part. Yeah, you can remove this. Yeah. And you can let it speak again.
My name's Roger. What's yours?
Okay. And now you probably will say like, no, I don't want my students use this plugin, this code because it's the machine that is talking. Okay, so not a problem. We can also go for the sound, which is in the sound. We can select play the sound, start. Okay, I think it's this one. Okay, you say this one. You say start a sound. Yeah. And then you can say, we can remove this one. And we can record. Permitir. And we can record. Hello, how are you today? I'm going to save this. And this is just to see if it works. Okay, so we're going to save. We're going to add. And let's see what happens. How are you today?
My name's Roger. What's yours?
So you see, now you can also, I don't know if you listened to the recording.
yes.
Yeah. So you can also ask them that instead of writing the conversation, to talk, yeah, to read the conversation, and then they can practice the pronunciation, and also they can practice their fluency in terms of of speaking and listening. Okay, so these are like pretty much the basic functions of this application. Yeah, and I want you to work on a project like yourself. Yeah, and then this is the third part of this presentation. But before we move on, I want to see if you have any question, if you well, like, what are your thoughts regarding this application? Do you consider that is like how easy is to work with, how difficult it might be? What are your thoughts or your questions regarding?
I think it's really interesting. And it's not that hard to use. Yeah, I think it's really useful for like making activities or like making like a small video to explain something.
Yeah, actually, you can also make like your presentations and like run on well, because the one of the, as I told you before, the disadvantage is that you can't download the result per se, but what you can do is to embed the program or the result in a web page. So you can copy the code and then you can put it on the website and then it can work. Or no, also you can put it in a learning management system. For example, at Nodo, the one we work at the university with. And then there you can reproduce these projects. Okay. So the idea now is that I want to make sure that you receive a document I sent you, a PDF I sent you yesterday, and then in that PDF you have like some conversation. If you don't have it like open, I can share with you the conversation. But what is the idea? The idea is that you kind of do what I did, yeah, but using the conversation I'm going to share with you. Yeah, you are going to work with it for about 15 minutes, okay? And I'm going to be like guiding you. If you have any question, you can also share your screen to see what you're doing, or if you have any doubt, and we can I can help you out. Okay, but the idea is that you basically do and practice the functions we just did, which are to talk, like to create that conversation between two characters, okay, and that at least make a character to move from one place to another and to change the background. Okay, so is that clear what we're going to do, Teresita, Araceli?
Yes.
Okay, great. So
So we're gonna doing our own
yes,
laptop, right?
exactly. Yeah, you're going to open your browser, yeah, go to Scratch, go to create, and you are going to work with the conversation I'm going to give you, okay? And you are going to work with it for 15 minutes. The idea is that we start talking, like that you ask me if you have questions, for example, how to, like, what are the blocks, or how can you do certain action, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Is that clear? Okay. So in order to save
Yes.
time, because I already have the conversations here, okay? So I'm going to stop sharing my screen. And I'm going to give you the conversation you should work with. Just give me a second. And well, the idea is that you create the the situation, yeah, because they have like a context. Like each conversation have a context. So I'm going to send you. This is for Teresita. Teresita, that there is your conversation, and this is for Araceli. Okay, there you have. You remember, you just need to like to create the situation, the background, to use the characters, like it can be any character, it's up to you. Yep. And then you just have to copy and paste the conversation. Yeah. Remember, what I want is that you create that, like remember the transition between one character and the other when they are talking, like that they don't overlap, yeah, but that they have like a smooth transition between one conversation and another, yeah. To change the background, like to set the context, okay? And also like to make your characters at least to move from one point to another. Okay, so those are like the three things I want you to do um, in this activity, in this project. So I'm going to give you, we're going to work with this for about 15 minutes. Okay, so it's 11. So I think like it's okay. And the idea is that, I don't know if you have opened your project already. It will be really interesting if you, for example, now can share your screen, yeah, and you start doing the actions, so that I can also help you by telling you what other things you could do. Okay. Okay, so we're going to start now. So go to Scratch, open your browser, go to Scratch, create the project. Okay. Did you receive the conversations already?
Yes, I have mine.
Okay, thank you. Okay, so we're all good. That I want to make sure that like that you don't have doubts or
I think I'm good for my part.
okay, great. Teresita, what about you? Any question?
No, not right now. Thank you.
Okay, good. So the idea is that like in 5 minutes, I'm going to ask one of you to share your screen to see how you are doing with the activity. Okay, that you don't have like any issue with the blocks or the platform. So I'm going to write here where you can find the blocks. Those are the ones that can help you, like the codes that can help you. Okay, how about the background? Did you already set up the background of your conversation? The backdrop, it is called in the platform. Okay. Okay. So can someone share what you're doing like so far to see how your conversation goes?
I can share mine, but I'm still on the hello part.
It's okay. Don't worry. You can do it. Like in the meantime, you can show us what you're doing. Yeah, and then I can also help you.
Okay, can you let me share? Okay, so can you see my screen?
Yes.
Your your microphone is off, Alejandro.
Sorry. Yeah. I can see it. Thank you.
Okay, so I'm in the process of like changing everything back to where it was because now that I changed to like my background, to use another background, right? Um, my like it's not like where I want it, so I have to change it all back again. Can you
Okay, yeah.
help me with this?
Of
I
course.
forgot it.
You can go to looks,
Okay.
and there is one that says switch backdrop. Switch backdrop to.
Okay.
That one is the one that is going to let you change the background, because the one that you have there, when it says when backdrop switches to, that is a code that is similar to the one you have, like the when green flag click.
Oh,
It's something that I didn't mention, and now I think it is important, is that the codes have a shape, you see?
yes.
And the idea is that you can have like two shapes, like two blocks from the same, like from that same category that is the one for control. So please remove that one that says when backdrop switches to. You remove that one, and instead you use the one that says switch backdrop to, and then you select. Now, if you want to know, if you want to make sure that you have the other backdrop, because you have to select two, okay? You click on the drop out, ahí se me fue la palabra. No. In the code when it says switch backdrop to, no, but in the coding area, the one that you have selected, click there. Then it says room 2, click there, and then you need to select the other one. You have the room 1. That's what okay, you are going to do.
Let me see.
Okay. That was the first. That was the first one, right? That was the first backdrop you
Yes.
had. Okay. So you are going to copy and like a similar switch backdrop, but you are going to put it in the beginning. Mhm. That one, but in the beginning.
Here?
Yes. Okay. And make sure that the last one has a room 2. Exactly. Now, there is something missing here, and it's related to the motion. Yeah, because you need to come back to the same place you were in the beginning. So you go to motion, click on motion, the first one. And you are going to select the code that says go to X, Y. But you are going to put it in the beginning after switch backdrop number 1. Okay. And you want to write the coordinates of the character. So you can select the character, and move it to the left. Just click like there and move it. Because you see. Okay. Now, you have selected that one. Okay. That one needs to have the number minus 178. Okay, and the other is minus 69. Okay. Let's see what happens. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. And then if you click again to the green flag, click again. You see, it restarts.
Yes.
That's what you need. Now, you can improve this, of course, like the second sprite. Select the second sprite. Exactly. And go to customs. It's on the left part that says code, customs, sound.
Oh, here?
Yeah, yes. And you are going to select, there are some options on top of the character. So
Yes.
click on when it says flip horizontal, flip horizontal. And that's it. Now it changed like the position, because
Yes.
like once was like this, but now it's like this. Okay. And now let's see what happens. Can you run it again, like green flag? And it changed back. Oh, pretty good. That's nice. Okay.
Yes.
Let's see. Teresita, would you like to share with us? Thank you, Araceli.
Okay, but I
Welcome.
didn't finish.
I know it's okay. Don't worry. It's okay. Remember that I know that as the time is limited, we won't explore many functionalities. And then if you see, we've been working like for like around 15 minutes in this platform, and we have used only what 2 or 3 functions. Yeah, and they have a lot. So at this point, it is also important to let your students to, or even yourself, to explore the other functionalities that this application has. Now, with this, that whenever you want, you can share.
I can share. I don't know why.
Let me see what's going on. Can you see if you can do it now? Not yet? Okay, good. So what do we have here? We have say, we have think. Okay, so we're basically like building the conversation. Okay, that's nice. What do we have in order to start the conversation? What is the code? The first code we need to play the conversation. So remember that you go to events and we select the code that says when green, exactly. Huh? Because in that way, they are going to start talking. You need to like to organize, to make the blocks fix. Exactly, yeah, because remember, these are instructions and the machines, like that's the way they work, like by instructions. So we can click on the green flag to see what is happening. Okay, so what may I do for you? Okay, so the other has to reply. So can you click on the second character, please? Click on the second character. Select on the bottom part. Mhm. Where do you have the stage area? Below, you find the two characters. You select the second one. Exactly, that one, okay? So we need this character to reply the conversation, okay? So we go to looks, say, mhm, okay, and we just copy like the other part of the conversation. Exactly. Mhm. Right. Yeah, and remember to put the event code, the one that says when click on green flag. Mhm. And let's click on the green flag. See, okay, so they are talking at the same time. What is missing here? Just place a wait block. You can find it on control. You can click on control. You can, yeah, and you put it in the beginning because the other character is the one that speaks first, right? Okay. Remember that you need to like put it together. Uh-huh. Okay. Now they are taking like their time. The idea is that if we have like the full conversation, they will, talk at one time, and another they will be given like the space to talk. Okay. So yeah, that's it. Teresita, thank you very much to share with us this. Like so far, any question? Something you want to know about this application, because we're reaching the end of the workshop. Okay, so now I'm going to share my screen once again. Just give me a second. Here it is. And let's move on to the fourth section. Okay. Okay, so now let's start with the fourth part, which is the wrapping up part. And I want to know, like, what were your experiences like using the application? What are some of your ideas, let's say before using the app, and now that you have explored some of the functionalities? So who would like to share some ideas?
Well, I think it's a really good app. I didn't know it before, and well, I think I like it, and I would like to like try it on more and use more of the functions it has.
Yes, actually, you if you want, on the website, there are more tutorials. You can find plenty of PDF to do some other projects, because this is not only for like stories or creating conversation. I mean, I did select the story because I think it was like more functional for the purpose of this workshop. But then you can create games, you can create the presentations. There are like, many things you can do on this platform. Mhm. Yeah. And Teresita, what about you? What are your thoughts towards this application?
It's a good app, so I'm going to try it one more time. And I think we can all use this for doing presentations for schools or things like that.
Okay. How difficult do you think this will be for like primary school students or secondary school students?
Maybe it's not kind of difficult, but only the time that they need to take to familiarize with this.
Mhm. Yeah, that's all true. Yeah, because it takes time to like get used to the platform. But as you see, sometimes it's overwhelming in the sense that there are like many blogs, are many words and many characters. Yeah. And then once you start working with it, once you learn where to find things, and then when you realize that it's not that like overwhelming as we thought, then it's, like the ease of use is great. It's great. So I really recommend it. So do you no, I think that that's like pretty much what I want to share with you. Now, have you seen any similar platform that uses coding like this one, like the one we saw today?
No, I think I haven't explored more like apps or things like this. I don't know.
Mhm. Okay. Well, this is good. Like if once you are asked to develop an activity that targets or that addresses the 21st century skills, then you can use this one. Because as we know, one of the goals, or related to the 21st century skills, is the use of the platforms, and programming seems to be like one of the most salient characteristics of working with machines and the computers. So I really want you to work with this, to encourage you to use it, like not only for your classes in the future, but also with your own presentations in the licenciatura, and like on other spaces you can use, or you can work with this platform. So guys, I don't know if you have any extra comment, because we are now reaching the end of this workshop. Some final thoughts. Would you recommend this to someone else? What do you think?
Yes, I think I will comment um, recommend this app to my friends. And thank you for this workshop. I think it was really interesting, and I think I learned something new.
Yeah, no, thank you, and I really appreciate your attendance today. Yeah, yeah. Teresita, what about you?
Yes, like my classmate says, I would recommend to everyone who wants to try this. And thank you for your time.
No, thank you. And as I told you, it is glad to have people interested in these types of workshops, because um, I mean, it's something that we need to like deal with today, the use of the technology. And now I'm sorry, and now with the pandemic, we were forced somehow to learn to use the technology. And also the idea is that we like we try to not only develop our ICT abilities, which is the use of the technology, like the normal technology, but also the use the technology for specific purposes, like in our case, for educational and research purposes, so that in order like to go from an ICT perspective or to an LKT uh, environment or situation. Yeah, remember, and this is also related to the what everything what we work with in the licenciatura, the learning management systems, the platform for video conferencing. Okay, and then if you want to explore this topic more like in depth, you can find it as ICT, which is Information and Communication Technologies, and LKT, which is Learning and Knowledge Technologies. Okay. In Spanish is TIC-TAC, Tecnologías de la Información y la Comunicación, y las otras son las Tecnologías del Aprendizaje y el Conocimiento. So that's my recommendation, my suggestion, that you can also improve that digital literacy. Okay, so this is the reference I use for the literature part in this workshop. And well, thank you. If you have like any further suggestions or comment, you can send me an email. If you want to get more ideas about how to use technology in your teaching, you can also send me an email. And before we go, I'm going to share with you satisfaction survey. Yeah, it won't take more than 5 minutes to fill. So, and that would really help me. Yeah, if you can fill this this survey. So I'm going to paste the link here on the. I'm going to stop sharing this, and I'm going to send the form. So you can click on that and just like a few questions, and that's all. As I told you, that really will really help me to like to improve the workshops and to see what will be other interesting topics to to explore. Okay, so thank you very much. So I'll be waiting for your answers. And
Thank you.
thank you. Okay. And I hope you have a great day today. So, and keep working because we are reaching the end of the semester and you probably are like full of, duties. You have to make assignments. So cheer up. And now we're reaching the vacation soon.
Thank you, you too. Have a nice day.
Thank you. See you. Bye bye. And I hope to see your answers.